Okay, welcome back. Now for the next section. So just to recap, we've done the cover, we've done the spines, we've done the opening, the closing, and we've also done section 1. Section 2 is the feather pen, the quill, which slots into there. And now we're going to do section 3. Oh, sorry about that, things went a bit haywire. So we're going to do section 3. So I put all this lot away and I'll show you where we're at the moment. Oh. Oh. Right, okay. So section 3. So the first thing I've done is just scribbled on there because I know that that is going to be, let's just bring it in a little bit closer. That is going to be where I'm going to glue it onto the book itself. And I'm just going to put an arrow there to remind me that that's the right way up, just in case I forget. So my plan of action is I'm going to have a closure on it, and I'm going to put, let's just move this out of the way, a little one of these and a little one of those there, and we're going to twist some ribbon round just to keep that as a closure. So what I've gone and done is I've glued this piece of paper on, and let me take these off because that's the next section. I've glued that piece of paper on because I'm going to want to make holes where that meets. So I've done a little spot there, and I'm just going to put those on there and pop them in. So I need to have no paper on this side, and I need to have no paper on this side. So let's just take those off for the time being, because we're going to use those again in a minute. And just to make things a little bit easier for myself, I'm going to take these off as well. Right, now you can see I've got a flappy bit here, and all this is just a white envelope which I've gone and coffee stained. I've sewn down the centre where it folds, and it folds on there like that, and I've actually just gone and put a stamp, a raven bird stamp there, because it's going to be easier to do it when it's empty than it is when it's full. And then we've got an area there where we can pop things in, and we can put some ephemera on the top there. So that's, I've forgotten about that if I'm honest. So moving on, we're going to want to do the closure, and as I said, I want to do it so it goes on here and we're not making holes in the other papers. So I have, as I say, marked it already because I want that to go about there, and I want that to go about there. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to glue those down. So all I've made these out of is a 1-inch punch, and I've done 2 layers of brown craft card, and then another layer of just a little tiny piece of brown craft card, which just gives it a little bit of strength for when we're going to put the ribbon round. And then I've just found some paper that I quite liked, which is going to match this side when we put that on there as a catchment. So just going to put a little tiny bit of glue when it comes out, just like that, on there, and I'm going to place it with the words going the right way round. Would help, wouldn't it? Like so. And again the same here. So quite simple, quite straightforward. And again making sure my words are going in the right direction. And that should be about right. Let me just have a look at it. Yeah, about right. Just like so. And then I'm just going to pop a hole in it, and I'm going to put 2 of the little brads in there to keep it secure. So let's see. Oops. Oh, gosh, they're like little runaways. There we go. And the most difficult bit is trying to get it centre. So I think that's about centre. Oops. That one's done like that, and then this one, I need to do it this way, I think. Let's just see. Might have been better to actually have marked it, Norma, but hey ho. Right, okay. And we're now just going to pop the brads in like that, and that will secure it. Now if we had done it post sticking the paper down, you would have seen the brad popping through, which I didn't want to do. I'll do the same with this one, like that. Ooh. And that's that bit done. Okay, so I'm quite happy with those, and we can put the ribbon round a bit later on. So the next thing is I've just cut a piece of the card that matches those two closures, and I'm just going to glue this down there, and then that's just going to be a catchment for something to go behind it, so something quite simple and straightforward. So again, we're just going to run some of the wet glue along there, like so. Now I've already gone round the edges of the papers just to distress it a little bit. So just like that, and that should hold in place nicely. And the fact that the two match. And then on this side, what I've gone and done with this paper is I've gone and used again the same stencil and just run through it. And I've used the forest green, I think it is. Yeah, the forest green, to just go through it and make the pattern. And I've done that right the way through this section again, so it all sort of interlinks and matches. So what I decided to do on this page was, if I can find it, because I've just tidied it away. That's for that side, that's for the middle bit, that's for that section. What in the world have I done with it? See, I'm not tidy, I just make a mess. Oh, it's this, isn't it? What am I thinking about? Right, so okay. So the next one is I'm going to put this there, and I want this to flip down, and I've just got some index card that you can journal in, and you can also journal on this side. So that's going to be quite an easy one. And the way I'm going to secure that is by having a tag which is going to be attached up there, and so the tag swings round and then this drops down like so. So the first thing I want to do is place that on there and glue that down. So again, that's just a piece of card that I've bent over so it'll actually bend. So I'm going to glue this back down like so. And the hardest thing for me at the moment is when I'm making them myself, I just make them and don't think about the fact that I've got to share it on a YouTube. So I try and pre-prep it, because what I don't want you to do is watch me go around in my thinking pattern. Oh, shall I put that there, or shall I put this there, or shall I do this, or shall I do that? So I don't like to be indecisive when I'm doing my videos. I like it so you can actually see what I've decided rather than watch me ponder, if that's the right word. So I'm just going to put a little tiny mark there, so you can see there, and I'm going to punch a hole again. And as I say, it's better to have planned it so you're not making holes through the other page, if you can help it. Sometimes you forget and you have to do it, and then you just have to find a way of hiding the fact that you've just gone and made that hole, which can be quite challenging too. So I've got another little brad, And as I say, I'm using all the same brads right the way through the whole of this book, so they all sort of match. Just pop that in there, turn that over, and then clip that down like so. So we've got this now, will go like that, and you can flip this down, and you've got writing space there, and you've got writing space along there. If that makes sense to you. So the next one is we're going to turn the book over, and we're going to cover this side now. So my plan of action for this one was again using some similar background paper, and again I've gone and used the stencil just to go over it. And I thought what I would do here is, because I went and had a look in my stash to see what I'd got, and I got these like an envelope, a document envelope, and it was a big long one, so I've cut it in half. I've gone and done the same scoop there, and then I've just used one of my skull stamps. Now I honestly don't know where I got it from. I think it might be from Indigo Blue, but I'm not sure. It's either Indigo Blue or Andy Skinner. Can't remember. I'll have to check, and then if I can find out, I will put it down on the list below. But I mean, you can use whatever you want. And again, it was a bit of a challenge to try to make sure that they linked in. Right, let's just put this down here instead of me talking away. There we go. That's not quite right, is it? Ooh. Let's do it to this edge. That's better. That's better. Not quite caught there. So yeah, so that was a bit of a challenge to work out, because it's on two separate pieces of card. So what I had to do was I did the bottom half first, stamped, and then I stamped the top half and then slid it up so they actually matched, which I thought I did quite well really. So what I'm going to do here is you've got a slot that you've got something can go into there like so. You've got a slot that can go there like so. And I thought what I'd do this time is leave this space here open so you can put something in there. So when I'm going to glue it down now, I'm going to glue it along the top, along the side and along the bottom. And then I've got that space there where I can put a journaling card in, just to make it just slightly different. So I'm going to run the glue along the edge like so. Now I'm expecting my son to pop round. He's just come back from his happy holes. So I've had to put a sign on the back door to say filming in progress. So I'm going to apologise in advance just in case he comes. And he probably won't read the sign, he'll just come in regardless. And that's what I'm expecting anyway. I might be lucky and he might come a bit later and totally miss the excitement of me filming, which he thinks is an absolute scream. There we go. But appreciates the fact that I find crafting and art very therapeutic, because it is. Especially when we had COVID, and then I had other issues going on within the family. So we've got a slot there, slot there, slot there. We've got the little envelope which I've just run stitching down, and again I've used the same stencil, and I've just put the raven on there. So we've now got the centre bit. So the centre bit is again using similar background paper, and I've also gone around the edges and put the stencil in. So what I'm going to do now is just glue this down to the centre bit. just like so. And again, depending on what sort of, what's the word I want, subject that you want to do your book in, I always find it's far easier to cut out most of the things that I'm going to want. Just makes it a little bit easier, and then just add the ephemera at the end. Just put those down like that. So on this one, oh, that's come unstuck. Let's just stick that there. There you go. So on this one, I thought what I would do is a little notebook. And when I was rummaging through my pile, I found a little notebook, one of those that you tear off inside like a metal case that my husband had used to use. And I thought that would be ideal as a little notebook to slot in to there. So my idea was to have this to go there, so that catches in there so it doesn't flop open, plus the fact you can then also put other bits and pieces in. So the first thing I'm going to do is glue this down, so I've got an idea of where I'm going to put the book. So just along the edges there and along there. And I admit that last night I was doing all the bits and pieces ready for today. So I was coming in, having a look, thinking about it, going away, having a cup of tea, thinking about it, coming back, and then getting the prep done ready for today. Now, if it had just been me doing it to make the book itself, I probably would have had the book, or this part of the book, finished off. I still would have made all the bits and pieces as I'm going along, and quite often I'll make little notebooks and I'll make different things without putting any pictures or anything on, and then I can just lift them out. So that's roughly where I'm going to want to have the book. So I've just done a centre strap or a belly strap that's going to fit across there where the book can slide into. So I think I should have that about there somewhere, I think. So that's what I'm going to do. And again, it's just a piece of black card, and it's one of the images from Lady Blackblood. And I have linked it in to one of the other sections, but I can do that again. So I'm just going to put that there like that and glue that down ready. Now I'm not going to put the book in straight away because I want the glue to set, if I'm honest. But you've got the idea of how it's going to fit in. So, going to the next section. So the next section, I thought, well, what else can I do now that's going to be sort of similar but not the same? So again, I've gone and done my piece of paper ready, and I think that piece is just a little bit long, so I'm just going to trim this off. Just slightly trim it. There we go, about 1/8 of an inch I think I've taken off. And I'm going to slot that there like so. So let's glue that one down. Ooh, come on glue, that's it. Oh, and someone did ask me about the card that I use. So this green card that I use. And it's actually, because I like to recycle as much as I can, it's actually the inserts from a filing cabinet. It's where you drop the files into, and it's quite a nice stiff card, and it takes inks quite well as well. And you can pick it up quite reasonable at the moment at charity shops and flea markets and car boots. And you just take off the metal trim and keep hold of it. And I like working with it because it's a nice background. and it saves it going also to landfill. So that's what that is. So we've got that bit there now. And I had these little envelopes, just little plain white envelopes. I've got quite a few of them, and I thought, well, I'll do those as well. So all I've gone and done with those is again go over with the stencil. I've just stamped in the corners. This one says wicked thoughts and sinister wishes, and this one just says dark passenger. And again, it came off the stamp that I used for the, I don't know whether you can see that properly, with the raven on. And again, I'm not sure where I got that from. Because when I was buying all these bits and pieces, I never knew I was going to do something like this, so therefore it didn't really matter to me where I got them from. Where now I wished I'd have kept at least an idea of where I got the bits and pieces from. And I've also made some little tags. Now I thought the little tags could go in like that, underneath the two little envelopes, like so. So you've got something you can put in the envelope, and you've also got a tag that you can pull out of. And then these were just made using the leftover piece of craft card, and I've just gone and cut that out with a 1-inch. And then the lumpy bumpy bit is from the what did I use that? Oh, it was the spine. So it was a piece that was left over from the spine when we did the spine in the green and gold. And I've just made those into sort of, I don't know, attractive accessories to the envelope, is what I'm going to say. So what I'm going to do now is glue along there, and along there on both the envelopes. Ooh, now I only want a very, very thin line, I must admit, so I can fit the tag in. And then I want it to be about there, I think. Yeah. So we're going to put that one there, like so. And then we're going to match, or try to match, this envelope there. So again, I need to hold it there so I know that's not where I want the glue. It's going to be very difficult to try and pull it out that way, if I'm honest. So let's see if I can sort of match it up. Yeah, I think that's about right. There we go. And we'll let that dry, and then we've got the two tags to slot in at the back of those. And again, you can put your own little piece of paper or card or journaling, whatever it is that you quite fancy. So that will fall over there, and then all we need to do now is put some black ribbon, which I've got this is just satin ribbon, 3mm wide, and let's see if I did it that way, like that, and up, that way, and up, and about there. There we go. Ooh. And that's going to be our little fastener for that side there. And hey presto, we're done. So all I've got to do now is glue this into the book itself. So again, just as a reminder, I use the red sticky tape and I use wet glue. So I've got some red sticky tape. Oh, and I did order some from AliExpress, and I thought I was ordering the same sort of width as this particular tape, and it's come and it is so thin. It is so untrue. And I think that's the only thing about AliExpress, is you've got to be so careful of what you buy in respect of the size you think you're getting and the size that actually arrives can be just a little different. Sometimes it's a nice surprise, and sometimes it's a surprise you could really do without. But it is so much cheaper than buying it from some of the other online stores. But yeah, downfall is you do have to wait, and as I say, sometimes you don't quite get what you want. So if you are thinking of doing a project and you want something from there, I suggest what you do is you buy it in plenty of time. So you get the right thing. Anyway, so what we're going to do now is just run some glue along the edges, like so, so it's going to fit in nice and secure into the book. There you go. And we're going to take off the protection, like so, which normally sticks to me with the electricity that's it produces, the static. There we go. Ooh. 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 Right, and we'll get the book. Just put it at the back again. Ooh, 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 ooh. And open it out. I'll just move the feathers out of the way, because what I don't want is for them to get glue on. And we're going to put it into there, like so, making sure it's the right way up. Okay. I think that's it. Brilliant. And what I'll do is I'll just make sure that these all stick down nice and firmly while the glue sets. And that is our section 3 completed. Okay, so we're getting there slowly but securely. Actually, I'm not too... looks a bit off. Oh. I'm sure it'll close fine. There we go. Ooh. And we're going to do the next section, which is going to be, where am I now? In the book, it's going to be section 5. Ooh. Right, okay, where's my... next thing is to put down like that. There we go. Now, I found something when I was rooting through all my bits and pieces, and I thought, oh, I'd like to use that, which I'll show you in a sec when I've managed to get my paper clip off the magnets. There we go. And oh, of course. And I'm racking my brain at how I'm going to fix it. So that's now in place. We've got the envelope journal there. We've got the notebook, which I'm going to complete. And so it's going to be, this section 5 is going to be next. Now, again, what I'll do is exactly the same process as I've just gone and done. But I found, and I've now gone and lost it, you watch, what have I done with it? I found a piece of jewellery, and I thought to myself, oh, I'd like to use that, and I've now lost it. But I was going to use it in the next section, but I don't know how I'm going to work it, to be honest. So that's going to be my struggle for the next one. Anyway, thank you again for watching. Hope you've now got a few more ideas to help you along with your lap book. And I will see you at the next one. If you've subscribed, and I've got a lot of new subscribers, so thank you so much. So as I say, thank you for subscribing. Those who have, great. Those who haven't, please do. I'd love to have you on board. And don't forget to check out my Etsy shop, and I put on Instagram as Crafted by Norma. I put on all my work that I make. So I shall see you shortly, hopefully. See you for the next section. Thanks, bye.